Consuming alcohol, even to some extent in moderation, can derail your fitness goals. Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals about this. And I think it's no secret, and most people who have followed me a while know I'm a non-drinker. They know that I am not a fan of alcohol, that I personally believe that the social harms outweigh any possible benefit of it. And that's my opinion. That is unlikely to change, and that's based upon personal experiences and just the horrific negatives I've seen, up to and including, alcohol resulting in the deaths of multiple people that I cared about. So again, I tend to not be a fan. Now, that being said, we can also deal with objective fact, not my subjective opinion. And before we get into how it derails actual fitness stuff, the data on it's very clear. The research generally shows that even in moderation, even moderate drinking can have negative effects on blood work, on health markers, all of those things. The WHO has stated in their official stance, based upon the evidence, that there is no actual safe amount to consume other than 0. That is the only amount that doesn't have at least some negatives on health. And anytime people have pointed out, well, this study over here showed that this certain one health marker with one glass of wine or whatever could improve. And it's like, yeah, because of the polyphenols in the wine, but the alcohol is still a negative. You could get that from grapes or grape juice. Like you would get the exact same thing. You don't have to have the actual wine. So again, kind of a ludicrous position when looking at all of it in its totality. But you will find the evidence is pretty significant that, yeah, there's absolutely health harms. And we know it's addictive. We know it's a depressant. And that can actually affect fitness goals. So let's get into talking about all those things. All right, number one, it absolutely has a negative impact on muscle growth and fat loss, okay? Because your body will preferentially burn alcohol over other calorie sources. It will always try to get rid of it first. Again, it will make it easier to store and gain body fat. Okay, it will make it easier to gain and store body fat, just because of, again, the empty calories that are going to be burned preferentially first. So if you were trying to lose body fat, maybe not the best thing to consume. Now, granted, some people will argue, but couldn't the same be said, of carbohydrates, which is why I don't make a big deal of this point. But again, alcohol will be burned even before carbohydrates. The other problem with it is it has no hormonal benefit to help you gain muscle or improve body composition. Carbohydrates do. And that's what has to be remembered in that equation. Insulin is extremely anabolic to muscle tissue. So again, the insulin response of carbohydrates are at least useful for building muscle. It's also a very valid source of training fuel to allow you to train harder. So again, a little bit different there. So you have that to factor in. So then we come over to, what about the impact on recovery? Okay, alcohol is toxic to your body. Your body has to use resources. It has to use your liver, all these things to remove it. Right? Your body has to clear it out. It has to filter it because it is poisonous to you. It is a literal poison. It is literally a poison. And people need to understand that. So again, the strain on your liver from consuming any amount can potentially negatively impact your recovery from training, from exercise, your ability to grow muscle, all of these things, right? This is significant. Again, it's significant. And because, again, it's a poison and has a negative impact on your body, it can affect multiple hormones in your body. It can affect hormone production in a negative way. That, again, can impact muscle mass. It can impact body fat. So this is a bad combination overall here. All right. Then we come over to the effects on appetite, sticking to a diet. When people drink, it lowers inhibition. How many people out there notice that when they drink, they're more likely to binge on their diet when they're having a drink, or 2 or 3? Pretty consistent. So not only do you get all the empty calories of the alcohol, your inhibitions go down. And so if you've been trying to follow a somewhat strict diet to lose body weight, trying to get leaner, guess what? The alcohol is going to potentially derail that in a couple of different ways. Because number one, in and of itself, is going to be a preferential calorie source. It's providing a lot of empty calories that are not having a positive benefit like some others can, for hormones, muscle growth, recovery, things like that. You're not getting those benefits. You're simply getting empty calories. Then it can cause you to overeat easier, to not follow your diet, lowers inhibitions. All right, this can very quickly derail any sort of weight loss or fat loss phase. Okay, because it's going to make you more inclined to binge, go way over what your food should be eating, the types of food you should be eating, all of these things. This is not good. So you have those factors to consider when it comes to weight loss. It will make you blow your diet if you're not careful. And even if you are careful, because we're talking about willpower and planning, well, when you're under the influence of alcohol, that tends to go out the window. Then we come over to the other things, the depression. It is literally a depressant. And we need to be clear. Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant. If you are trying to work out and exercise, putting something into your body that is a central nervous system depressant is going to make you less motivated to train. It's going to make you less motivated to follow a proper diet. It's going to make you less motivated to stick to your diet. So from the muscle gain end, less motivation. It's impacting recovery and impacting maybe your drive to actually work out consistently. Well, that's a gains goblin right there. All right, how does all that affect the fat loss end if you're trying to lose body fat? Well, obviously there's the appetite, calorie, and blowing your diet part, but then how about the lack of motivation again? If you're depressed, so even when you're not under the influence of alcohol, it's the next day. If you're depressed, are you going to want to exercise as much? Probably not. So you're going to burn less. And it's going to probably make you depressed. And when we're depressed, a lot of times we eat more and we seek comfort foods. So again, cause you to eat more and to exercise less. This is not a good thing if your goal is to get leaner. Not saying some people can't overcome it. I'm saying it's creating additional obstacles. So it's creating all these additional obstacles to your goal while harming your health on other levels that aren't even necessarily related to your body composition and performance. Right? It's doing all these things, and then it's also a potentially addictive substance that causes violence, accidents, damage to your body, damage to your liver, all of these things. So I highly recommend you avoid it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.